How's it going, everyone? We're here to check out what is new in this month's update, and it is pretty much drones. But before we get into that, there are a lot of kind of like small changes and so forth, which I wanted to make sure that we went ahead and covered. And actually, one of the not so small changes is that Happus is coming back. That is right. It is actually being picked back up, well, has been picked back up by the devs, and pretty much it is being revived to the current and updated version of Rust, more or less. The map has seen some changes, structures, layouts, roads, they added phones, there's radioactive junk piles, quarries show up on the map now, and I believe the water well and one of the outposts, I want to say the B3 was removed. So they're doing a lot of work to it and kind of getting that thing going up and, back again. And that's going to be the only static map supported by Rust devs still. So there you have it. There's also like recyclers added to, I think, the fishing village, and it moved a little bit. So something along the lines of that. So that is kind of like the biggest change that's happening. You should be able to see the first version of Happus pop back up this wipe. So keep an eye out for that if that's something that's really interesting to you. We also have a new game mode called Softcore Gamemode, which we will get to at the end of the video. And in addition to that, we also have Twitch drops coming up, which will be a separate video you should have already seen by now. If not, check my channel. It is there, and it should have all the info you need for the new Twitch drops this week, which is quite a bit. Then on that, we also have a new thing called server tags. And there's going to be these tags that actually show up next to servers. And as a server owner, you can actually put up a tag onto it. The dev blog will tell you how to do this exactly. Or you can check out Rustified. They already have a guide set up for that. And yeah, it'll just be like, it wipes monthly. It's vanilla. It's a softcore server, role-playing server, PvE. It's going to have all those kind of tags, which is kind of a neat thing there. In addition to that, we also have another thing that is new in the menu, and it is a suicide button. So we can actually pop a suicide here, and it's going to say, yes, do you want a suicide? Yes or no? And there you go. So you don't have to do the F1. It's a little more friendly to people who might not be comfortable with opening up a console and so forth. And yeah, that's just kind of a nice little tiny addition added to it. Another thing is you can no longer sleep at puzzles, so some people would log out next to like a key card, log back in an hour later and try to get the loot again. You can't do that. If you stay logged out at a key card puzzle, you are going to get murdered by the game. So yeah, can't do that anymore. Kind of like a safe zone. Don't log out there. It's gonna get you. Besides that, stashes. Oh, this is a nice change. Stashes despawn if you try to build over them. So no more hiding stashes in foundations. If you build over them, they will despawn and all the loot will spray out. So there you go. Boom. No more cheating with that. And then shop fronts also have been made default, and they have been reduced as well. So if you take a look-see, you can see it is only 150 wood now. So it never really made sense that this one was default, but this one wasn't. So it's definitely a kind of weird to be late to, fix, but hey, it's there. We got it. So it's always nice that the devs are always updating little stuff like that for us, which is nice. They've done a lot of other fixes, like some instant kill issues here and there, and clipping of shotgun traps into each other, as well as like boxes into the environment, and doing some kind of weird stuff like that. And that has been fixed, hopefully. Watchtowers also have the ability to have deployables placed on them now, and they fixed some clipping issues with that. So you can actually put quite a bit up here if you jam it up. I mean, the fact that you can at least get a spawn point, either a sleeping bag or a bed in one of these, makes them a lot more useful to the game now. Heading back in here to my little hut we made for this. There's a new thing with the key lock. Once you put it on, it instantly locks. So this is a pretty big game changer. You no longer have to choose to lock it. So this could help in the middle of a raid, or just someone's chasing after you and you're trying to get your first door down, whatever. It's a big game changer, and something that I think a lot of people will like as a positive change. Also, when you put in, you'll notice it no longer floats. It inlays into the TC a little better, and especially into the doors, which is a welcome little change there. So the main thing here is, like, why are we sitting in this room with vending machines? Well, that is because that's how drones are. So drones actually have 2 stations that are going to be popping up for us, and it's going to be in the safe zone. So in Bandit Camp and in Outpost. So we're right next to Outpost, so we're literally just going to cruise on over into here. And you'll notice the new building has popped up right around this corner here in the middle. Right next to the chill zone, which is right there. And if we pop on down here, you'll see it right here. And you've got 3 terminals, so 3 people can use these at once. And once you've started to use one, you're going to be locked into it for, I believe it's 5 minutes or so, I want to say. And you'll see that the person's name pops up on there. You can see right now they all say open, and then this will say the person's name once they start to interact and have made a purchase order. So we're going to go ahead into here, and now we can go ahead and make a purchase order from the various different places. So we're going to go here to this vending machine. We're going to buy an M249 from them, and as you can see, it does have a delivery fee. So there we go there. Off goes a drone. And it's actually flying off to here. You'll see it picks up from the vending machine. Now it actually has a package on it. And now it's going to zoom on back over here to us. So we can go ahead and land again. And you'll see right now, see it does say TGG. It's locked in for me. And there it is. Boom. M249 delivered. So then we can go back in here. Let's go ahead and order something else. Let's order like a bunch of rockets. There we go. It's going to send some rockets over here. And, you know, you can order from like Bandit Town or wherever. Let's buy one of these. Boom. It's going to send one out to Bandit. Now, the first thing everyone's going to ask is, can you shoot these down or anything? You cannot. As of right now, they're not interactable. So right now, it is a safe way to get stuff. But you have to still get safely from the outpost or Bandit Town to your base. So there is still some risk involved with it, depending. You know, Sam sights to shoot your helicopter out of the sky, unlucky, running into a group of 10 people. You know, we all know how it goes if you play Rust. So one way or another, your stuff stays safe in here for that 5-minute timer. And then I think that's pretty much free grabs if you don't grab it. So, hey, you know, you want to make sure you do. I think, do we have one last one coming? Yep, so we're still waiting for a delivery. So what you can actually do is look at it for the map. And look, there it is. Your delivery drone. Woo! You can actually watch its progress as it flies over on the map. Here it comes. There it is. Now, the next question everyone's going to ask is, can we use the drones ourselves? As of right now, it is not planned for players to be able to use drones. However, there does seem to be an RC drone in the files. So this might be something that the devs are playing around with and may give us later on. The reason I'm bringing that up is there's ideas of other robotic things that have been tossed around, such as little like Roomba-like vacuum bots that would pick up loot in your base during a raid, as well as maybe robots of some sort. And yeah, we might have something a little bit later on the robot part here in the video. I just have to get some more information about that before I pop it in. So keep an eye, you know, we'll see how that goes. One or another, here's all our stuff, our rockets and our M92, and there you have it. So yeah, drones, it's probably not as detailed as you thought yet, but this is just in testing phase, guys. So the devs are going to see how this stuff goes, and we may see some more kind of drone-related things in the future. So that is something I am definitely really, really excited for. Before we hop on off to the other stuff, we do have the submarine to check out. I've got a few more images of it. We got some concept art and then like an image of the inside. So yeah, this thing is going to be really cool. It looks like I said before, it's a 2-seater. and we really don't know much else about it other than that. So it's going to be pretty exciting to think of what could be coming with underwater exploring. That is definitely something that could be cool. So let's go ahead and check out some of the other stuff going on with Rust this month. Alright, so I mentioned a new game mode, and as I previously thought game modes were related to maybe the card games coming in, and it's not. It's literal game modes for Rust. There's a new one launching today, and it's called the Softcore Rust game mode. And basically the way this thing works is it has a 4-person team limit, as well as a 4-person TC authorization limit. So, you know, it's definitely made to be a little more friendly for newer players. And it has these other things called reclamation centers in the safe zones. And these actually let you get some of your loot. And, well, how does that exactly work? Well, when you die, you actually only lose certain things. You lose about half the items in your inventory at death, at random, and you also lose about half of your hotbar, you know, that just kind of all goes together. Your clothing stays on you, I guess, and then the reclamation chamber itself will keep your stuff for 2 hours. So yeah, that's kind of like the main things there. And when you die, it goes for suicide, it goes for an animal killed you, it goes for a person killed you, all that. It's going to do the whole reclamation chamber thing. So right now, we're going to actually go ahead use the new suicide button. Bam. We killed over them guys. And we'll now show that you can, with this game mode, spawn on Bandit Town or Compound now, which is pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and spawn at Bandit. And it says you can reclaim some of your lost items by visiting Compound at Bandit Town. And as you can see, here it is. Here's the big reclaim thing. It's right next to the spawn point for it. And you basically just come up to here, and it's supposed to have your loot. Now, of course, I just switched the game mode, and we had a rock and a torch. So the rock and torch are never going to show up in here. So you're not going to end up filling up with like a million rocks and torches. So I figured what we'll go ahead and do is let's just give me a bunch of stuff. So I don't know, CCTV cameras, some weapons, ammo, and let's put on something. There we go. All right. So boom, 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 and then let's put this here. Obviously those won't stay, and we'll put like that. All right. Let's fly over here and have a horrible accident. Bleh. And of course we didn't die, so we'll just help that along there. And then once again we can respawn at Bandit Town. Boom. Reclaim some of your items here. So let's see what it did. Alright, so there's my M2. And, oh, that's not good. You can put stuff back in there, but we'll see. And 2 of the cameras. And then I guess the rest is over on our body. So we're going to go over here. So you can still lose stuff, but it's a little nicer. Some of your stuff will, you know, stick around. So it's kind of like, well, it lives up to its name. Softcore version of Rust. So, you know, that's how that goes right there. And where is my body? Did I pass it? I went a little too far. There we are. So once we come back here, you'll see, yep, see the armor stayed on, and there's literally pretty much half the other stuff just right there. So that's basically how that's going to work there. There's a few other little tweaks here and there to this game mode, obviously, and, you know, some things may still change. It's first testing version of it going live today, so this could completely change how it works. But yeah, if you're new to Rust or just want something that's a little easier roll, give this a try and check it out. It might just be what fits you nicely, instead of finding a modded server. In addition to all the changes, we also have a new loot bag for the players. It's a little more high def and up to date. It's also quite a bit bigger, so it should be a little easier to see. It's still green, so it might blend in with the environment, but that's kind of how Rust is, right? It gives and takes. But yeah, it's definitely something that looks like it belongs in a newer, more up-to-date game, and just kind of pops a little more. Plus that little red bit right there could be just enough for you to, you know, notice it in that brief moment that you have and need. So, nice little addition there. Alright, before we head out, guys, this is the one thing I wasn't too sure if I could really show to you because I didn't have any information about it, but Tom was kind enough to answer me. He streamed today, and Alistair actually tweeted out his stream, and if you don't know who Tom is, he is one of the artists that has made a ton of the amazing models for the game, like the AK, for instance. And while he's working on that submarine, and while he was working on the submarine, something else got teased, and it is this thing. And yeah, this is a concept for some sort of a robot for us. What is it going to do exactly? Besides, like, obviously it has like a little CCTV head. Would it carry loot? Would it do stuff for us? Who knows? And yeah, so this is pretty exciting. We may see some kind of robotics in Rust eventually. So I love the junky look of this thing. I can't wait to see Tom bring it alive completely in its full model. This is just the concept art right now, guys, so we don't know where it could go or much else about it. But definitely a very cool little teaser to throw in here. So let's go ahead and finish up the video and get going. Alright guys, that pretty much brings us to the end here. We're going to finish off by showing you the Aux Mask. If you didn't see it in my last video, here it is. It's even got little animated, well not animated, but like, you know, tassels with physics in the wind. And yeah, this is for the Chinese New Year, so you will not be seeing it today. It should be in next week to celebrate that. So this is just kind of a little preview there. And it's pretty much what you would expect as the other ones. So if you look at it here, 30, 60, 10, 4, 6, and 13. So it's going to be exactly the same as the Dragon Mask and the previous other Chinese New Year ones. So there you have that. In addition to all this, of course, the team is still working on HDRP being imported and, of course, the work card system. So maybe we'll be able to test out the work cards next month. Who knows? We'll just have to see how that goes. But that's going to be it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great wipe and stay rusty.